Justin, if you're a business owner and you want to use images, quotes, or other information about your employees for marketing or advertising purposes, what are some things you should be considering?
So let's say you're doing a marketing campaign and you want to include, rather than having, models or outside people do this, you want to have your own employees, which, it's a popular thing. It makes it feel more personal, makes it feel real. So some best practices on that, though, would be to get releases from those employees, because you never know how things will be in 2 years. And you never know if the employee will still be okay with it or not. And so having a release that allows you to continue using that even after they're gone, or maybe so that they know that you're going to use it in a nationwide commercial, that's different than maybe on your website for a month. And so just having that kind of discussion with the employees to make sure that they're comfortable doing that, and then having a simple release in place so that, you don't spend $50,000 on movie production or whatever you're doing, only to have them change their mind and say, no, you can't use, my likeness and image in that. And then, you have to take it down. So those are some things. It's actually not much different than when you're hiring an influencer. In reality, you probably want to be a little more careful with employees because they're not used to that publicity. If you really are pushing it out, to make it public, you probably want to have some of those conversations and just make sure that they're comfortable and that they know how you're going to use it and that they sign off on that. So
Now, I imagine on the flip side of things, from the employee's perspective, there are some things that they should be considering as well, right? Is there anything you can chime in on that front?
absolutely. I think sometimes employees may think that it's part of their employment, but I think that would be unusual. And so if making sure that as an employee that you really want to do that is important, because once you sign that release, you can't really take it back. And companies, I've never heard of, I'm sure it happens, but usually companies aren't trying to pressure somebody to do that, because you want somebody who's genuinely wants to be there to do it, or it comes off wrong. I think because of that relationship, you just want to have an open discussion, and as an employee, make sure that you know how it's going to be used, and whether or not you're going to have any sort of editorial input on it. As an employee, you might want to be able to see it or approve it. Not that an employer is really going to usually try to make its employees look bad, but it is something to kind of think about before you just sign up and the internet's forever.